am a child of the 80s, so my nostalgia kinda gravitates to certain items from childhood. In particular, the weapons my favorite heroes used. And while I have a matrix of leadership and I can get a sword of omens anywhere, the power sword from He-Man has long eluded me in both official and unofficial forms. No one ever made one. Until now. This is He-Man's Power Sword by Disguise, a company I never heard of until I found out they made a He-Man Power Sword. It's a firm foam replica, like the Minecraft roleplay toys you find, well, anywhere these days. At 35 inches long, I'd call it a full-sized prop, and it weighs only a pound, so you're not going to break your wrist holding it like you would a metal replica. It's entirely silver in color, no variants anywhere, which makes it exceedingly accurate, and fairly smooth despite the foam construction, apparently from a skin of something coating it. Not sure what, and I'll explain in a bit. The shape of it is closer to the accessories from He-Man figures, rather than being the cartoon appearance, making it quite bulky. As a result, it feels rather large, almost as if it was made for a 6-foot, 300-pound man made entirely of muscle. It also means the shape hits my nostalgia perfectly. This has been a problem for me because no unofficial replica has looked right, and for as iconic as the weapon is, the few custom-made power swords I've seen have looked hideously out of proportion, including the one made by a popular YouTube channel that shares its name with a He-Man character. That's right, Stratos353, your power sword sucks! That said, this one is not perfect either, and most errors come from handling. This thing is packed on a card back that barely goes a fourth of the way down the toy, and it's just zip-tied to the card. This leaves it vulnerable to bending in the tip during shipping, and damage to the outer skin of the sword. This, in particular, seemed to be caused by friction with the card back. The edge of the sword also has a lot of mold flash along the edge, some areas being particularly rough and noticeable. I'd trim it off, but since that outer layer tends to peel, I can't do that, or I could cause an even worse issue. Still, it's literally the only option if you want to own a replica of He-Man's signature weapon, and in that case, it's a perfectly fine option. Besides, how often do you own a piece of foam that's so fun to hold over your head? But I'd still prefer plastic, so when we open tomorrow's present, I crack open the ABS armory.